It's one of my passions. Since I was young, I was obsessed with drawing, which led me to become a creator, an artist, and a designer. And then to the alchemist that I am right now. And it's good. The message here is that I want everyone to keep in touch with their passion. Whatever you have that's dear to you, don't kill it. Don't forget about it. Something that you enjoyed doing when you were very young, when you were 5, 6, 7 years old, when you were a teenager, something that was really, really like something that represented a big passion for you. Don't forget it. Right now, I still try to keep in touch with something that I enjoy doing so much, because I believe that in an alternative dimension, I would have probably been a full-on artist. But I still consider myself an artist because we don't want to put ourselves in boxes and limit ourselves. So I can be an alchemist, and I can be an artist, and I can be a philosopher if I want. I can be everything at the same time. So let me share with you a little bit of I would call it a channeling drawing. I just basically let my arm draw whatever I feel, and we'll see what's gonna come up. So I'm gonna draw again with ink, with this beautiful pen, and I haven't done this in a while, and I want to do it just without any practice, without any like planning, and basically show you guys how you can channel your energy, whatever energy. It can be sometimes like anger and hate energy, and it can be love and compassion energy, and you can channel it in the paper, and it's part of knowing who you are. It's part of becoming the master. So don't look at this as just like some just some random things. Everything has a meaning. Let's see what comes up. All right. I love the feel. I love the feel. It's so beautiful. How the ink just flows on the paper. I love that so much. And this thing is very meditative too. It's like when you do it, you right away enter a stance of meditation, because a lot of people say to meditate you have to sit down in the lowest pose, or just sit down and do nothing, which I have done for many years, by the way, and I am so good at it. I became so good at meditating. I can get into a meditative stance very quick. But what people forget to mention is that this is probably the best form of meditation. When you just take a pen or a brush and you just let your hands flow, and then your mind instantaneously, it stops thinking about anything else, which is the purpose of meditation. And if you're good at meditating, just sitting down doing nothing, that's good, that's great, do it. But I know a lot of people, they just can't do it. They can't sit down and meditate doing nothing. They suck at it. So if you suck at it, try to find something else that can put you in a meditative state, like painting, like drawing, right? Try to find that thing that gives you that sort of peace. Like if it's doing some sort of activity, if it's hiking, if it's walking, whatever that you enjoy. I love cubicle shapes, like here. There's something so scientific yet artistic about cubes, which are composed of many squares, and which are, if you connect all the dots, you get a hexagon. The outline becomes a hexagon, but when you connect the inner lines, you get a cube. And I find that really beautiful, which actually connects to sacred geometry, my other biggest passion. When we talk about Metatron's cube, it's basically this. Here I am drawing it right here. And we're gonna add a hexagram or two interlocking triangles right here. But this is intuitive drawing, so I'm not using any rulers, I'm not using any compasses or anything like that. It's intuitive. I'm just doing it with freehanding, trying to get something that's sacred geometry like. Now you have the hexagram, or what? Two reverse star tetrahedrons, and then you get something similar with another circle of creation in the middle. And something that I want to put an emphasis on is that if you enjoy doing something, if you want to do it for yourself. Okay? Do it for yourself. Try it. Have fun with it, you know? Every time I draw, or I try to draw something, I do it for myself. I don't do it for anyone else. I do it for myself. I had a few paintings in the past of sacred geometry, and I did them just for myself, just for fun. And I ended up giving them away to other people who really, really appreciated them. But the moment I drew them, I did not think I was doing it for other people or to sell them or anything like that. I was doing it for myself. So I just fast forwarded the camera because this took about 2 hours. So I've been drawing this for 2 hours and just channeling whatever I had, whatever feelings, whatever I had in me, I was just channeling on the paper. So this took about 2 hours and it's not finished yet. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I got. I'm gonna pause for now and come back to it another time and fill it up more and add more things to it, because I feel like these 2 hours were good enough to kind of give everything that I wanted to channel. There's like a pyramid here that's overflowing energy to all parts of the universe. Let's consider this the universe. That's why there's all kinds of forms and shapes and shades. There's the spiral here that turns into the nautilus, which is one of my favorite shapes. It also reflects sacred geometry, as it reflects the as above, so below. Everything is continuous. There's no beginning, no end. We have a flying Metatron's cube here. And just basically going with the flow and just drawing whatever feels right to you, right? Like whatever line that feels right to you, whatever connections that feel good to you. And sometimes you just go in and add the details, right? You just add in the details, or you can just like exaggerate the curves. You can exaggerate them so they become like more prominent. And sometimes you go and start adding like geometrical shapes, right? Or you can add in perspective. So whatever your mind tells you to do, you do it and you connect it to your heart, and then everything comes into place, right? And there's no thoughts in this. Because I'm not drawing something that necessarily makes sense. It makes sense to me, but it doesn't have to make sense to anyone, because it's up to your interpretation, and this is what art is mainly all about. So again, you can see like the connection here that I'm talking about, or the difference basically, which is you can meditate for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, or try to meditate for 20 and 30 minutes, which is fine. But if you suck at it, you can do something like this. You can spend 2 hours, and for me it felt like 15 minutes. You can spend 2 hours meditating while drawing. Put on your favorite music, put on your whatever you want to listen to, or you don't have to if you prefer just a quiet, if you just prefer somewhere quiet, and you can get your meditation right there. But so far this is what I got, and I haven't done this in so long, but once I took this pen and I dipped it in the ink, it just felt natural to me again. It felt like everything came back. I didn't struggle, I didn't lose anything. Everything came back to me because it's part of my passion, it's part of who I am. And if that's also your passion, you should explore it. It's part of exploring who you are, because sometimes you don't know what this might lead to. Whatever that thing that you've been trying to ignore, and you're like, okay, this is not the right time, or this is not me. Who's gonna see my drawing? Who's gonna watch my videos? Who's gonna do this? You know, you start doubting yourself, but that's when you know it's the right thing, because it doesn't matter what others think about it. What matters is that you love it, you have passion for it, and do it, and let the universe handle the rest. It's gonna handle the rest for you, but the universe wants to see you start. It wants to see you taking action, and then it handles the rest. Let's not forget that the universe is you. You are the universe. So this is not done yet, but so far this is what I got. I'm gonna come back to it, and I'll show you later on an Instagram post the final result, but it's something like this. It can either make sense or not make sense, but this is how I channel my feelings, my thoughts, and this is how I meditate sometimes.